Knees over toes guy here. You know me for being obsessed with knees. I don't know anyone more obsessed with bulletproofing backs than Adon Lopez. His biological name is Bulletproof Back Man. If you think my squat dunk is good, you should see his squat dunk. But it's all measurable because even at these ATG numbers, he's got me beat in his knees and his back. We're gonna look, raw look. You can see, no sweat yet. My theory on bulletproofing the back, our theory on bulletproofing the back, starts with that ATG split squat, lengthening out those hip flexors because most of us are too tight. Now, from there, if you think of that as part one of 3 parts of bulletproofing the back, just basics. Now, your back, let's say we're looking from a side angle at like a deadlift. Obviously, if I can't hold my back strong, that's gonna put me at more risk of injury. So the ability to hold the back strong. But in life, the back is often not just in those positions. So I'm not advising this, but I can have my back in that position and I'm totally comfortable. And I don't have to worry about that. I could shoot that live every day of my life. You see me doing my crazy stunts every day. I can't afford to be injured. I have to actually be bulletproof compared to the norm. Now, from there, we're gonna switch mics and he's gonna break down how this is a good starting point. We have 2 really good starting points. And if you weren't aware, I just showed the 3 basics right there. Hip flexor length, which scales to any level, having a strong back to resist breaking, and being capable in a rounded position. So now I gotta do this shit while Adon breaks down the back extension. This is the data I wish I knew about the back extension. I'll give it a little angle there.
All right, so simplicity here is that he's gonna go in there. Okay, good. So the hardest part of this lift is right at that angle when you're perpendicular to gravity, right there, right? But he's lifting right through it. There's only one way he can do that. He has to be strong enough to pull himself together, each of the vertebrae together, in order to pass that area of gravity, okay? So once he comes right through here, his hardest part, it gets easier, okay? So he's not gonna damage his back doing this. He's separating here, and he has to be strong enough to pull it together and then pass through here. Good. Now,
Now I'll take the mic.
all right.
He'll show us how it works. So to be clear, this is not my working weight, but what I'm demonstrating is that I can take a weight beyond what I would normally use in a workout, and I'm still comfortable and safe because the point that you would hit failure is a safe position. So like that just made me more bulletproof, even though it looked stupid and risky. Fundamentally though, that just made my back even more protected. Now, Adon threw another 20 kilos each side. So this is his body weight, 100 kilo, like 220 pounds.
I'm cool.
I saw him because we came into the gym. He hasn't done shit. Oh,
Yeah.
so this is again, not where you would start, and we'll show you where we would start. But here's his own body weight. Wow, owning it. Wow. So there's a reason this guy squats down and can do a 40-inch vertical jump from a squat. One of the most powerful athletes I've ever seen. And guess what? Like me, he's just a coach. So that's the ATG way, is to live it and not just blindly do something. There's exact rhyme and reason how this works. And the last thing I'll say is my parents have one of these in their living room. This was the only thing that got my dad out of chronic pain for his back. He started coming in, doing the ATG workouts. His hip flexors were super tight, started opening up his hip flexors, but he would start with his hands here and just actually start working because this is such a safe position to be in, strengthening, and over time, he could take his hands off. So this is the safest place. Even Alyssa right now, 6 months pregnant, I'm setting the pad and I'm just having her hold what she can. And she can just squeeze these muscles and she could get whatever range of motion she can. So pretty neat. And Adon's gonna break down another super safe way to start on these exact principles of back bulletproofing. He's gonna take it away.
All right. So,
I'll set it up, Gabe.
can I say one thing about
Yeah,
here?
go for it.
All right, so as a beginner, it's very common, if you have back pain, it might be painful to do a lot of movement. So one of the things you can do in order to see if you can use this exercise as a main course exercise, is you be able to hold in a straight line for about 2 minutes, just like that. That to see if your core and your back and all these muscles are strong enough to hold you in position. Now, if you can do that, you can handle your body weight, you can start to make some motion. Or as Ben said, you can even just do more and more range of motion as you feel it progress in your body, allow you to move more. Now, let me show you one more. Okay, so why do we like this exercise? Well, first off, in the same way, you may not realize, but the hardest part is gonna be to pull back together, right? And once you pull back together, it gets easier, okay? It's gonna stretch you. So why this is safe is this pulls you down, like the 45-degree back extension. It pulls you and wants to separate your vertebra. Your core has to pull it together, pull it tight, compress, and up with your own muscles. You're not fighting against gravity. Gravity is not harming you in the way of a shearing force. In this case, it's pulling you apart. You have to pull yourself together the same way that 45-degree back extension.
30-second bonus point, go to the bottom. So we do this as long-term progression. But the mobility here, notice the bottom of a squat. So how safe is my back right now? It's super safe because I'm not here. It doesn't mean that like a butt wink is like bad. It doesn't mean any human motion is bad. But if you don't have the mobility in life, so that the tighter you are in that position, the more stress is on your back, the more undue stress. So here, my back is safe because of the mobility there, and then the ankle knee from the ATG split squat. So I teach seated good morning plus ATG split squat equals squat mobility. That's an incredible foundation for your back. But there you go. I think we did it simply, totally crushed it. Hope you enjoyed it.